Grab your sword and grab your shield.
In today's video, we're talking about nothing else but the fighters. Hello everyone, I'm Mackenzie Halley from the Blue Dragon Guild, here with Baron, and we'll be discussing Fighter today.
Fighter's one of those classes that a lot of people starting off think, hey, this is going to be pretty straightforward, I'm just going to roll with it. But one thing about Fighter is they are extremely versatile, so you can use them in so many different ways.
In 5th edition for the Fighter, the subclasses gave a more focus on things that more so than just a straight melee or ranged fighter, and we'll go over a few of these different ones here.
But first, we're going to cover some of the basic things that every fighter gets no matter what your subclass is. Starting off at level 1, the first two abilities you get is your fighting style and something called Second Wind. Your fighting style, pretty self-explanatory, just kind of goes over how your fighter is going to work in combat. There's archery, defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, protection, and two-weapon fighting.
I'm always a big fan of the defense one. I'm always very much enjoying using anything with AC and to give you that extra boost on top of the armor, and if you're wielding a shield, it's a lot pretty helpful.
I personally really like the protection one. It's when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you, that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Super helpful.
Caveat, you have to be wielding a shield.
Right.
But if that's the way you've designed your character, this is a great fighting style to take.
The other thing you gain is Second Wind at first level. You get to, once on your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus your fighter level. So this will continue to grow, as so your health does, to help you take care of any damage you've had. Once you finish this, you must finish a short or long rest before you can do it again. It kind of gives that heal ability to a fighter without someone has to cast a spell or use a potion.
Exactly. The cool thing with this is it's great in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the middle of combat, the cleric, the bard, whoever's healing you can't get to you right away. You say, okay, well, I bonus action Second Wind. You roll your d10. If you're a level 20 fighter, you roll a 10, that's 30 health that you're getting back, which is pretty good.
Pretty large. We've talked about before, always using the maximum, if you can, your reaction, your action, bonus actions, in another video. Check those ones out.
At second level, you get the bread and butter of the fighter class, and that is Action Surge. Starting at second level, you can push yourself beyond normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take one additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Once you use the feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. The use of Action Surge is phenomenal.
Yes.
Especially once you get higher level and you have your extra attacks like pumped up. I think the most you can get is 5. I may be wrong. But in total, that's 10 attacks that you're dishing out if you Action Surge.
At level 3, you get to pick your archetype, which we'll go over a few of those here in a moment.
Starting at level 5, extra attack. We did check, you get 3 extra attacks. I was confusing 3 and 5 because you get it at level 5.
Right. But you can use your Action Surge, you get you at least to 4.
Yep.
At the max,
Yep. Basically gives you during your attack action, but you have to take the attack action with that. Also, one thing we've learned, if you have extra attack, you can attack on your first one and push or shove somebody on your second one. I believe you can even grapple them as part of that because basically it's like you forgo your attack. Yeah. Beginning at level 9, you get the ability Indomitable. You can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. If you do so, you must take the new roll, and you can't use the feature again until a long rest.
It's super helpful with fighter because they just have strength and con as their saving throws. So if you have to deal something with dex, wisdom, which happens a lot, you can have this to be like, okay, I rolled bad and I don't get my proficiency added to it. Let me make sure I can make this.
Oh, absolutely. And, if the bard's got you a Bardic Inspiration, you can even toss that in there if you're still not sure on this second one. Alright, now taking a look at the different archetypes that fighter has, there are 7 different ones, 3 in the player's handbook, 3 in Xanathar's guide, and there's 1 in the Sword Coast Adventurer's guide. First off, the champion archetype. This archetype is one of the easier ones to play. If you're starting out, this may be something you want to look at, as there's not a lot of different abilities that you have to sift through. They are what their name entails. They're a champion. They get an ability called Improved Critical, and then later on Superior Critical.
Nice.
Improved Critical, you crit on a natural roll of a 19 or 20, and Superior, you crit on natural roll of 18, 19, or 20. Also, with the champion, can choose an additional fighting style, like we talked about earlier. Their capstone ability, Survivor. At 18th level, you attain the pinnacle of resilience in battle. At the start of each of your turns, you regain hit points equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier if you have no more than half of your hit points left. You don't gain this benefit if you have 0 hit points.
Right.
So basically, they get a regeneration every turn. So
fighters got a lot of little added things to make sure they can save themselves to continue fighting, that drive to just continue to battle, continue to go.
Oh, absolutely. They don't have the health pool that most barbarians have, but
they can withstand it.
They can withstand it.
Keep regenerating. Yeah. The next one we have is Cavalier. At 3rd level, when you reach this, you can gain a new proficiency in certain skills. They have about 6 or 7 you can pick from here, and then you learn 1 additional language. You also, at level 3, become a master of riding. You have advantage on saving throws when you're falling off of a mount. So this has to do a lot with, as a regular cavalier, using your mount, riding. Basically, when you do or dismount off the creature, only 5 feet of your movement rather than half your speed is affected.
That's really helpful if you're doing using a mount. Mm-hmm. You don't have to use a mount with this. They did write this subclass to where that is optional, although who doesn't want to mount, be it a horse, a griffin, something like that. Yeah.
If you ever get the time to have an animal handling, you can just be like, okay, this is going to even benefit me more at that sudden moment.
Oh yeah.
Also at level 3, you get Unwavering Mark. It's basically if someone was in 5 feet of you, it's attacked, or they get attempted to be attacked rather. They have a disadvantage on the attack roll as long as it doesn't target you. So if I'm close to my allies and the enemy you're facing is like, hey, I'm going to hit this guy, you give them that extra bonus.
Yep.
So basically, you want to be the tank there to make them come to attack you because they won't get these negatives, but it'll help, maybe the weaker people around you.
Yeah. That would also stack pretty well with the protection fighting style, where you use your reaction to impose disadvantage.
And then you can also, when you have advantage on your attack rolls, and if you hit, you deal damage equal to half of your fighter level on top of what you're already doing.
That's pretty good.
Cavalier's 18th key feature, Vigilant Defender. In combat, you get a special reaction that you can take on every creature's turn. Not just on yours, not just once, on every creature. You get a special reaction to make a opportunity attack, and you can't use on the same turn that you've taken your normal reaction. But to get all those special attacks on every single person,
that's very helpful.
The bigger your party, you better believe the Cavalier's like, hey, can we invite 6 more people over this week?
The next archetype found in the player's handbook is the Battle Master. We have discussed the Battle Master before, so we're just going to do a quick recap. You can find that video right up here. The Battle Master is the fighter that has all these different techniques labeled maneuvers. There are 16 different maneuvers that you can choose from, and you get superiority dice that you expend to do those things. As the fighter levels up, their superiority dice grow all the way from a D8 and finishing out at level 18 to D12s. Yeah. So that's really helpful on those ones that you have to roll for, do different things like that. Some of them you just expend the die and it leaves your pool.
Command strike, it's just simple. You go, okay, you're going to take another attack. I'm going to forego mine to maybe have the barbarian that was ahead of you in initiative just go and attack again because you're either too far away, not there, or you're just like, hey, this would be better because he might be able to do more damage than I'll do, and I'll just control from a distance.
Exactly. Same thing with the rogue. Since it's your turn, the rogue would get his sneak attack again. So there's that possibility.
Arcane Archer is the next one we'll talk about. It has that option, kind of like Battle Mastery, where you can pick on your Arcane Shot at level 3 which one will you add to your attack when you fire an arrow from a short or long bow. There's a bunch of different ones here: bursting arrow, grappling arrow, piercing arrow, and they all have different abilities. They boost up based on the levels you grow to. At 18 on, let's just pick one here. At bursting arrow, you enable an arrow with force to hit someone. The energy after your attack, immediately after your arrow hits the creature, the target and all the creatures within 10 feet take 2d6 damage each. And then at 18, that increases to 4d6.
Gives you that area of effect that a lot of fighters kind of lack, especially ranged.
Yeah. Because normally it's just one, go, one, that's about it. Yep. The Arcane Archer's last ability it gets is at level 15. It's called Ever Ready Shot. What it does is if you roll initiative and have no more uses of the Arcane Shot that we talked about, you regain one automatically. So every battle, if you're out, here's another one. And then you can probably build those back up. No, you can't. Because why would you? Yeah. You'd be out.
The last subclass in the player's handbook is the Eldritch Knight. This is basically the fighter-wizard hybrid. There are some restrictions you get to the kind of spells you can cast. It's only abjuration and evocation spells, which you're a fighter, you're going to do damage, so you get your firebolt.
Right. Just more damage to be added from those spells.
The cool thing with them is you have this weapon bond. One thing that the Eldritch Knight that I played in one of the games we had, he would kill an enemy with his sword and just leave it in him, and then go on, and when next time combat came out, he would just summon his sword back to him.
It would just be left there.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
As long as it's on the same plane, you can do that. So that's really fun. With them, you get War Magic beginning at 7th level. When you use your action to cast a cantrip, as a bonus action, you can make a melee attack.
That's good.
And you get Improved War Magic as your capstone, your level 18 ability. That is, when you use your action to cast a spell, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. So you can fireball, hit with the sword. So these guys are really fun. You can make them super destructive with abjuration. I don't know very many abjuration spells. I'm very much the blaster kind of wizard whenever I do that. So if you know any awesome abjuration spells, tell us about it down in the comments. Maybe we can do a future video on some of those.
Cool. The last one out of Zenithar's Guide to Everything is the Samurai. You can, at level 3, as all of them are, you can gain another language, choose from a list of different proficiencies that you want. Then you also gain something called Fighting Spirit. Basically, as a bonus action on your turn, you can give it advantage on a weapon attack until the end of your current turn. When you do it, you also gain health. It's 5 temporary points, and this number increases when you reach level 10 and 15 with those respective numbers. You can do this 3 times, and you regain all of them when you have finished a long rest.
Cool.
At level 10, they get Timeless Spirit. If you're out of your Fighting Spirit and you start your initiative, you regain one, just as like the Arcane Archer that we talked about before. And then their last ability is at level 18, Strength Before Death. I really like this one. So you go to 0 HP. Normally you fall unconscious.
Yeah.
Well, in this aspect, if you take damage that reduces you to 0 and it doesn't kill you outright, you get another turn. It's not over. You take an extra turn, uninterrupted, of the current turn. So when you hit 0, during the next turn, take damage, cause death saving throws as normal, and you must succeed them. But when your extra turn ends, then you fall unconscious.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like the Undying Samurai. He gets hit, as he's going down, last bit of energy.
That's really fun.
I'm going to take one more turn to do what I can do, and then I'm out.
Yeah, so that's really fun. That's really fun.
Never stop fighting.
The last archetype we have for you today is found here in the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. It is the Purple Dragon Knight. The Purple Dragon Knight kind of has the reputation of one of the worst archetypes.
There's going to be one person out there who goes, no, it is not. Please tell us.
Yep. If you
Change our
love this
roles.
archetype, please tell us about it and tell us how we're playing it wrong.
Right.
All right. Starting at level 3, you get Rallying Cry. Whenever you use your second wind feature, you can choose up to 3 allies within 60 feet of you, and each one regains hit points equal to your fighter level. At a higher level, each, if you're level 20, like we stated earlier, that's, 3 of your companions regaining 20 hit points, which is really helpful. So that's a good bonus. The Purple Dragon Knight's final ability that it gets is called Bulwark. At level 15, you can extend the benefit of your Indomitable feature to an ally. Whenever you use the Indomitable roll on a saving throw of Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma, you can choose an ally within 60 feet of you that also failed against the same effect, and they can re-roll that.
That's
and
nice.
They also must use that new roll. The thing with Purple Dragon Knight is it's also trying to be that heavy protector of all of its allies. There's just there's a couple other archetypes that just do it better, like the Cavalier, the Battle Master. But if you love playing this class, if you can find a way to make it fun for you, play it. Absolutely, play it. For us, it's not our favorite, although I think Mackenzie's probably going to give it a go,
Give it a shot.
Just to say, hey, I tried it. Here's how I feel after playing it.
I might sneak one of them ability scores to the feet that gives you battle mastery.
Yeah.
So maybe it needed that little bit added to it.
Yep. As Mackenzie has stated several times before, his all-time favorite is the Battle Master. What's your second all-time favorite?
It'd be Cavalier. I'm actually, in one of our campaigns, I used Cavalier. Split it with a board, but I've just got the Unwavering Mark, and can put that on there. It's getting used to that, kind of helping everybody. It helps a lot, too, when the DM's like, okay, well, I'm going to disadvantage for attacking these guys close, so I'm going to go attack you. And I'm like, hey, it's fine. My AC is 20 because I have a shield. I took the defense. I'm like, I want you to attack me.
Yeah. That's how you're designed.
Right. I don't think they're going to get hit anyway. So I'm like, or at least I'm not going to get hit.
Yeah.
I said, I'm ready for it. What one would you say is your favorite?
One of my favorite, I would probably have to say the Eldritch Knight.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
I really like spellcasters.
Right.
Spellcaster is the first thing I ever played whenever we started. It was actually the Duskblade from 3.5, which is essentially the same thing. But it's just something that I like. I like having my spells, and I like being able to get in up close. My second favorite is probably the Arcane Archer.
That one seems very good.
Just because a lot of times people are like, oh, you're the fighter, you're up close. They don't think like, oh, he's a ranged character. Right. He's not designed to be, up close.
So you can be back there. I love the ones where it's like, okay, I'm the fighter, I'm supposed to be in there, hit this guy, move on to this guy, extra attack. Just, hey, I'm going to shoot this bow. And as we stated earlier, the damage effect of hitting all these people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So one shot, you're good.
Yep. I'm saying, if you're using your bow, your longbow or short bow, you can use all your extra attacks. Now, if you're using a crossbow, you have to use, some to reload. But still, you can have a lot of fun with it. So this has been our quick overview of the fighter class and its 7 archetypes. Let us know down in the comments below your favorite archetype and why. If you never want to miss one of our videos, hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell to always get the notifications for when we upload a new video.
And until next time, keep the dice rolling.